I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from the Low Self-Esteem Reading Room, aka Loser, a deliberately nonlinear, genre-defying text that explores feminine, gatherer as opposed to hunter, holistic as opposed to specialized, and goal-oriented life experience. From the foreword, if you have nothing to lose but also nothing to gain because you will never matter, your life becomes open for experimentation. You can write, sing, act, draw, dance, knowing none of it matters. In doing so, you realize that achievement is chimera. The women, slaves, and exploited, these people are never counted among heroes, yet without them, the heroes don't exist. Heroes are thieves, don't be a hero. The first part of Loser ends with Kyle deciding to finish his novella without his brother's input. Then it continues with a section called Darlings I Cannot Kill, approximately 5,000 words of prose poems on dark themes. Last week, we heard from an angry baby, a young wife sneering at her sensitive husband, children playing with knives, and other cheery characters. Brownish purple. I haven't written in this fucking diary for several months. I've been working. There was a time when I thought writers made a living. It made me angry when I realized I couldn't get paid to write. Real fucking angry. However, what it made me more than angry was terrified. I was consumed with a feeling of utter and absolute worthlessness. Psychiatrists like to think anything is curable. Maybe that's true. But do they realize how deep in a person a sense of worthlessness can be? How, like a permanent stain on a piece of cloth, a belief in one's own worthlessness can become part of a person's character, a thing the person just has to manage. And what about the people who are born feeling worthless? Surely, with all the differences and variety in human being, people born without a shred of courage or sense of self-worth exist. What about them? The person afflicted with the stain of cowardice must convince the world that this stain is the fucking bomb. They'll never become the kind of well-behaved, happy, middle-class office managers psychiatrists think they can become. They have to be unusual. Their stain simply cannot run free in middle-class offices. Dress up your stain. Stitch around it in thick, contrasting yarn. Draw attention to it. I suppose you could dye your whole fucking emotional being the same color as the stain so it doesn't stand out, but then you would have to remain among the damaged because you need other people with feelings of inadequacy around you, with whom you can blend. People with whom you can share uneasy glances and monosyllabic conversations. People with whom you can share a belief in the dangerousness and deceitfulness of other people, yourself included. Though at the beginning, before you spend any time examining your feelings, you believe yourself to be the only truthful, honest entity in your sphere. Dressing up a stain is better. Put lights around it and hire a guy with a bullhorn to shout at passersby, "Step right up, ladies and gentlemen. Be amazed. Be spellbound. Come see a woman so lacking in dignity and self-respect that she'll do things you can't even imagine and things you can. $10, ladies and gentlemen, $10. This woman invites your disgust." Sure, you become tough and mean, but at least you're not hiding. At least you're developing courage. The world needs us stained ones. We keep humanity moving and alive. We kneecap humanity, sure, but humanity kneecaps us. There ain't no certainty where people are involved, and you gotta use your head. It's too bad the world doesn't like thinking women. It drives us to weird backroom corridors, to building hidden doors, secret passages, and escape routes we need to crawl into behind fireplaces, all the while pretending we have no interest in anything other than men, children, and home arts. Infuriating. And yet, when a person cannot fight with their fists, they have no choice. These are the skills that deserve more honor: manipulation, schemation. Pale slate fog. A million choices, a million opportunities, a million lifetimes. Times running, wait, I am seriously lost. Thoughts fall on top of each other. What do I want? What will I do? Who will I be? So many options, huh? Why am I so nervous? My own hand resting quietly beside me holding a knife. My own hand waiting quietly beside me holding a bottle of pills. My own hand on the steering wheel of a rented car, pulling the dryer hose from the exhaust pipe to the car window. Stop. This is not you anymore, remember? You now think of nice things. You now forbid these dreams. Banish these images, these stories, kill these blueprints. You will draw all over them until you cannot see the plan beneath. You will create your own house. It will not have locked doors. It will not even have closed doors. People will think you are crazy, but you won't care. Ha ha ha. You are alive. You may be lost, you may be crazy, but you are alive. You may not know what direction to take next, but you are alive. My own hand resting quietly beside me, holding a pen. My own hand waiting quietly beside me, holding another hand. My own hand on the back of my lover, urging him on. Yes! That was good. I'm holding you now, darling. I'm holding you. My two arms around you, resting. My two hands waiting, resting. My two thighs wrapped around you, waiting. My two minds melded. My two minds friends. My two minds deliciously fucking. Oh, shit. Who cares about being lost? Who cares about choices? Who cares about lifetimes? My hands are on my lover's back. His hands are on mine. We're in my house, the one with open doors. Pale blue-gray. This color is an abstraction that floats over the landscape, paper thin and undulating in the slightest breeze. A person is never paper thin unless they're dead. Unless they're dead and trapped in a cross current, unless they've died at the most inopportune time and cannot decompose. I'm not talking about their body, but their soul. If there is luck in birth and life, there is luck in death. The souls of the ill-starred float through a dimension humans cannot see. That is, not unless they don a special pair of silver cathode ray glasses, dipped in dreams and coated with lost memories in just the right combination. We're talking molecules here. Actually, not even molecules, because lost memories cannot be measured in molecules. There's only one unit of measure that can be used to evaluate a quantity of lost memory. What? It's weird. Damn, it's just on the tip of my tongue. Damn. Oral. I saw a picture today of a politician with hair like a bad wig. She looked like a blow-up doll, an insane, poisoning her husband kind of blow-up doll. When Laura Bush met Joseph Ratzinger, aka Pope Benedict, in 2006, there were pics of her with the same glazed, empty look. There was also a picture of George Bush at Senator Thurman's 100th birthday party. The women in that pic had the same look. Cindy McCain has it. How many of these high-powered conservative female politicians or politicians' wives are medicated under doctors' orders? Because that's the look. Glazed, empty eyes, frozen smiles, lots of makeup and hair sprayed into a helmet. Shudder. All for the external, none for the internal. Yet somehow this weird blow-up doll of a woman wants to run a city. I suppose that insanity hasn't stopped anyone from running cities, counties, provinces, states, and countries before. Then there's women like me, crazy as a jailbird. What's a jailbird? A person who is or has been confined to jail, especially repeatedly. Convict. Oh, fuck it. I'm better now. On these pages with my friend, the white computer glow, with my little black insects. See how I've taught these insects to speak, Mom. See? I bet you wish you had pet insects you could teach to speak. Murky brown. Doris Lessing, iconoclastic rule breaker, pain bearer, scribe of female experience, unflinching guide to female psychology. Woman who refused to censor herself to sustain male or female support. Honest, true, clear, and detailed. A singer, really, a singer of concepts and experience. Is there a word for what Doris writes about? The soul does not capture it. Lessing writes like a scientist observing her own heart, mind, body, family, friends, neighbors, co-workers, ecosystem. Doris writes like a spider, pulling threads from her heart through her world. An artist like Madonna or Lady Gaga, their art is themselves. Like Shakespeare, except Lessing's work is all about her. Doris, you've sung me to sleep ever since I met you. How many others have you sung to sleep over the years? My 1 a.m. friend, sleep well. I say that selfishly, so that you may continue to sing me to sleep.